What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I'm joined by Nick, and we are back once again for our next video in our Middle-earth Shadow of War video series. In this video, we're going to be reviewing the game. So if you're here for the giveaway, remember you have to comment on one of these special videos / review videos, and also comment on the giveaway video for a chance to win Shadow of War for the system of your choice, PS4, Xbox One, or Steam. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. In this video, we've already done a tips and tricks video as well as a best skills video. We're going to have a couple more specials before we're done with our content for Shadow of War. So thank you guys for watching so far. So Nick, let's talk about this game. I mean, this game was looked forward to by us for a very long time, and obviously this year it was really looked forward to just in general as really a game that could push for Game of the Year.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about pushing a lot of things too. Supposed to be a big push for the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. It was supposed to be a big push for AAA games as a whole.
So how do you think it does based on Shadow of Mordor, which we all very much liked?
At the very beginning of the game, I was a little worried because it didn't seem like it was really that different. But the more you play, just the more it shows how different it actually is and how big of an improvement it is. It's everything people loved about the first game, but on such a bigger scale with so much more content to it that you know, it really is like an actual AAA version of what Shadow of War or Shadow of Mordor was.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think I haven't played it as much as you, but I think going back into it feels like, you know, you're kind of jumping back into this world that you remember being so amazing, right? Shadow of Mordor was a very, very good game, and you're right. Like, you can tell, like, you jump in, it seems a little bit similar at first, but then you really do start seeing the differences with the nemesis system, with the world itself. Things have been tweaked. I think the fighting, for the most part, is relatively the same, but if, you know, you have a thing that doesn't need to be fixed, don't fix it. You know, a lot of things I think have been improved upon. It looks pretty nice. I mean, there is some problems, I think, with the animations. You're talking about ragdoll effects the first day that we were playing it.
The very first time I fired it up, I don't know if it was because I was used to other games or something, but I thought it kind of looked, you know, worse. Not worse than the first one, but like not as good as it should for a modern game. But now you know that I don't feel that way at all anymore.
So one of the biggest things, obviously, in the first game, and obviously improved upon and kind of more fleshed out in this game, is the nemesis system. So what do you think about what? And you could talk about Fortress Assault too here if you want. What do you think of how they've improved upon it and how they use it in this game?
So they kind of quietly removed part of the, I guess, lore that they created in the first one, where you kind of mind control them completely, because they wanted it to be more personal. So they add things like loyalties now. They can also be, you know, loyal to you, or they can hate you and they can betray you. And while those things don't happen constantly, it makes it seem like the nemesis system has more life to it. You know, like we've talked, like we've both been saved by loyal followers. We've both been, you know, ambushed by followers who specifically hate us. So it definitely feels more alive, and you know, the sheer amount of different looks, options, and variants. I can't believe it. The first one was ridiculous, and this one is just even more ridiculous.
And that's kind of what people were looking forward to, you know, when they were talking about the nemesis system. Like you said, like personality, right? Like having a lot to it where everybody kind of tells their own stories. There's a lot of, you know, different things that can happen, you know, in your game compared to mine. There's all sorts of things that, like you said, like happen in the world. Like you can just be saved literally in like an action movie protagonist moment that you would think would never happen in a video game, and it just happens. It's not like it is a cinematic, but it's not like a cutscene. It just happens. You're walking towards a captain or a war chief or whatever, and literally an orc just comes out of the shadows, and you've been ambushed by him and his men. Like, these things just happen, and like you said, like I think they give the world a lot of life. Like, you're literally living in this world, and you know, it's not that big of a change when you're thinking about it from the first game, in that, you know, things are happening in the world as you're playing. When you advance time, different activities that the captains are doing, they can advance. People can die, people can turn on you. Like, so it really is a living, breathing world, and this game does it very, very well.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's something that I really like.
What do you think about the Fortress Assault? How do you like this new feature?
That's actually, I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I'm actually thankful that I did just try to rush through the story to get to it right away. I wanted to get to dominating, and it's worth it. Like, the Fortress Assaults are so fun, and like even the Fortress Defenses are fun too. But like it's a whole additional aspect of the game that's just makes it, it's kind of a whole different thing, but it makes it so much fun. And it really does give you that big, grander scale kind of feeling.
And then I suppose the final thing, and one of the more things looked down upon in this game, and kind of a thing that we've seen, at least I saw in tweets when it was like day one and people were releasing their reviews and stuff, is the story. So Shadow of Mordor had, it was a game of the year. It made a lot of the lists. It was one of our game of the years. Like, we really loved it. People really loved it, but I think the common criticism was the story just kind of fell, it ran out of steam. It wasn't really coherent. It didn't really work. And that's kind of the problem again, right?
The biggest problem with the first one is especially the ending was really rushed all of a sudden. But in this one, the story, I mean, it is like an epic fantasy story. So some people just aren't going to be interested in it like that. But it is kind of hard to comprehend it a lot of times. Like some of the cutscenes for certain missions, I've said that some of the Shelob cutscenes are like all just hazy with whispering coming out of the controller. It's like a fever dream or something. Like, it doesn't really give you any information. And then there's the Gondor quests, which try to wrap you up in this whole big story that you have to pay very close attention to, or you might not even understand what's going on. I like the story in terms of how the missions are set up. They're set up in like a Rockstar GTA Red Dead style, where there's different people and you like do different missions based on categories and stuff. I haven't gotten to the ending quite yet. I'm trying. The last few missions are pretty hard, but I've heard from Michael DePlatter that the ending in this one is very epic in scale, and it'll be like kind of a redemption for Shadow of Mordor's disappointing ending.
Yeah, I mean, and overall, I think this is, a really, really good game. I think we'd both obviously say to buy it, right? That seems to be our consensus. It's good. I mean, this is a game that, we expect it to be good. It's coming back to, I think a lot of people have a lot of praise for Shadow of Mordor. We didn't really know what it was going to be when it was coming out. People had high hopes, but it definitely could have been just a failed, there has been failed Lord of the Rings games before. And that game definitely proved them wrong. And this game continues to do so as well and really build a franchise that people get really, really excited about, and for good reason. So we definitely think you should go buy this game. If you're watching this for the giveaway, obviously you want it, but just in general, a really, really good game. So let us know in the comments below what you think of Shadow of War, if you have it or if you don't have it. What do you think of the franchise and this game in particular? Let us know. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Like and share this video, and again, leave a comment if you're here for the giveaway. You have to leave a comment on one of these special videos and the giveaway video in order to win. So thank you guys for watching. We have a couple more Shadow of War videos coming out in the next couple days, and we will see you there.